Hello everyone and welcome to Evolution of Contra Games. Contra is a run-and-gun video game developed and published by Konami in 1986. Contra employs a variety of playing perspectives, which include a standard side view, a pseudo-3D view, and a fixed screen format. Up to 2 people can play simultaneously, with one player as Bill and the other player as Lance. Super Contra was released in 1990. The game stars Bill Reiser and Lance Bean as they are sent to thwart another alien invasion from the vicious Red Falcon. The player can replace their default gun with one of 4 possible weapons by destroying the flying item capsules that appear throughout each stage. Operation C was released in 1991. The game has a total of 5 stages, many of which share design similarities to Super C. The 3 odd-numbered stages are played from a side view perspective, while the 2 even-numbered ones are top view. Operation C was the first Contra game to feature autofire. Contra Force was released in 1992. The game's plot and setting are unrelated to both previous and succeeding entries, as the villains in the game are human terrorists instead of an alien menace. In addition to Burns, the team's leader, the player can also choose between Iron. Contra 3, The Alien Wars, was released in 1992. The player is tasked with fighting off an alien invasion of Earth across 6 stages. 4 stages feature side-scrolling action traditional to the series, while 2 are presented from an overhead perspective. Contra Hardcores was released in 1994. Unique feature to Contra Hardcores is the addition of branching paths that allows the player to play through a different set of stages depending on key decisions made during key moments of the game's story. Contra Legacy of War is a 1996 3D action game produced by Konami and developed by Appaloosa Interactive. Legacy of War marks the series' shift to 3-dimensional graphics and gameplay. The game was released packaged with a pair of 3D anaglyph glasses. C. The Contra Adventure was released in 1998. All the innovations that were introduced in Contra Legacy of War are maintained in this game. The gameplay varies depending on the level and perspective used. There are a total of 10 levels in the game, which are shown through multiple perspectives. Contra Shattered Soldier was released in 2002. The game is played entirely in 2D from a side view perspective, but with fully polygonal graphics, although some segments in which the player rides a snowboard or a motorcycle are viewed from a front or rear view perspective. In addition to being able to keep the character's mobility still while aiming. Neo Contra was released in 2004. The game is a direct follow-up to Contra Shattered Soldier, but returns to the multi-directional shooting format and departs from the traditional scrolling shooter formula used in previous games. Players only need to aim in the 3rd dimension on rare occasions. Contra 4 was released in 2007 on Nintendo DS, ignoring many of the game mechanics introduced in later games and returning to the old method of picking up power-up icons to obtain new weapons. There are also tunnel stages similar to the 2 3D view stages from the original Contra. Contra ReBirth was released in 2009. The traditional flamethrower, however, is missing. Playing on the easy setting allows the player to always keep their current weapon after losing a life, a feature not available in any of the other settings, but locks the player out of the final boss stage and true ending. Contra Evolution was released in 2010 on Android and iOS. All stages in Contra Evolution are high-definition pre-rendered renditions of those found in the NES version of Contra, and gameplay in general is very similar as well. Hardcore's Uprising was released in 2011. In Hardcore's Uprising, the player assumes the role of an elite soldier simply called Bahamut, along with other main characters. Many new moves have been added. The character can dash in mid-air, double jump, and deflect enemy projectiles by bouncing them back. Contra 2028 was released in 2017. Contra 2028 features badass gameplay elements. The game includes a leaderboard to show off your alien-esque kicking skills, the most British voice acting ever, controller support for those who don't use the godly mouse and keyboard, and a gorgeous environment rendered with the Unreal Engine 4. Contra Returns is a 2017 free-to-play mobile game developed by Tencent. There are role-playing elements, new levels, heroes, weapon sets, vehicles, and even new gameplay mechanics. The game is constantly updated, and new features are added frequently. Contra Rogue Course was released in 2019. The gameplay utilizes a mixture of side-scrolling, third-person, isometric, and top-down perspective shooters, similar to Neo Contra. The gameplay modes are single-player story campaign, multiplayer online cooperative, and 4-player local cooperative. Contra Operation Galuga was released in 2024. It is a reimagining of the arcade NES version of Contra, featuring modern graphics and new mechanics. It borrows characters, enemies, events, and other assets from several previous games of the series and implements them into a new story, while also introducing new characters and storyline elements of its own into its narrative.